Thanks for clicking on this video. If you're new here, my name is Derek or JNova, and welcome to my Old School RuneScape Ironman series. So let me preface this by saying that this video and this series is long overdue. From the very beginning of this account, I wanted to have some type of video progress series in place, but we waited and I kicked the bucket down the road and I procrastinated, and it just got to a point where we missed the entire first part of this account. Not the entire first part. We did miss a little bit of the early game. We are around 800 total level, but that can be achieved pretty quickly. It really, you can do that in like a week if you play a lot. So we didn't miss a crazy amount. We missed like some of the early game quests, like, you know, doing waterfall quest, all like the really early stuff that you do on a new account. But I am glad that I'm finally deciding to do this now so we can continue and catch and record and, you know, just keep track of everything that we've done on this account. This is my first foray into an Ironman. I have never played as an Ironman in RuneScape other than as an Ironman in leagues, which is a little bit different because you're really OP in leagues, so you don't really, with all the relics and things that you have in that game mode, it doesn't really equate to being an Ironman in the main game. I am a filthy main through and through, so I've never played this way before. That being said, I am following a guide. I'm following Boaty's Hardcore Ironman guide, not to a T, but pretty closely, just to make sure that I'm getting good direction with the way that I'm, you know, doing things on this account. I have no idea how to set up an Ironman to where I have, you know, I have supplies, I have the things that I need to be able to progress the account without having to stop and say, oh, I need this, oh, I need this, oh, I need this. Which I understand. It might be, you know, your argument is that's part of an Ironman and that's part of how you learn the game. But I would say I have a pretty solid foundational knowledge of Old School RuneScape. I've played the game for like 20 years at this point, so I have a pretty good understanding of the game. It's just I more so just want something to tell me like this is the direction that you should be going in, and like I said, I'm not following it exactly to a T, but it's just good for me to have it. That way I know things that I should be doing. Now, all of that being said, I know one of the first things you guys are going to notice is in that bottom left corner there is a blue helmet. And you're saying, hey, that's a group Ironman helmet, not a solo Ironman helmet. When we first made the account, I had a couple people in my community on Twitch saying, hey, we should do a group Ironman because we want to play too. And as these things go, the group fizzled out in about 2 weeks. So we lost 2 of our members. It's now just me and one other person that are active on the accounts. And essentially, we're playing this kind of like solo Ironman. We don't really use our group storage. We haven't really met up and done anything together in game. It's more so just to have like a little tiny community within a community for our accounts. Now, that being said, I do expect us to kind of group up and do some group content in the future. But for the most part, a lot of this is just being treated as a solo Ironman with some friends. So I get it if people have some complaints about that. Obviously, down the road, I'm sure there's going to be some things that I do end up getting from my group mates, but at the end of the day, it's my account, it's how I want to play it, and I'm having fun doing it. And then just to briefly touch on, you know, my channel, I know I haven't really posted any RuneScape themed videos or RuneScape videos in general on this channel, but it is the game I play all the time on Twitch. It's the game that I stream the most. I do want to keep a consistent variety of games on my YouTube channel and hopefully on my Twitch eventually. But RuneScape is the game that I play every single day. It's just the game that I love the most. It's, you know, it's my childhood game. It's nostalgic. I just love it. So I will be posting RuneScape content to this channel, but I will also still be posting, you know, games like Call of Duty and Ready or Not and stuff like that. I've just been kind of trying to dial in a good schedule with streaming 4 to 5 days a week and trying to do content without it consuming my entire life. You know, I still have a full-time job. I still have family, friends, you know, I still have a social life. So I'm trying to figure out a good middle ground to walk and have things, you know, that I can post to YouTube and also do on Twitch. So I'm hoping I can put these out, you know, weekly. It just depends on stream schedule and, you know, how much I play, all that kind of stuff. So with that being said, a lot of the clips on here are going to be stream highlights. I'm sure there will be grinds in the future that I end up doing off stream, and I'll probably record little segments, little clips here and there off stream as well. But for the most part, this series is just going to be stream clips, maybe me narrating over them, talking about what we're doing or certain things that came up, stuff like that. Kind of like right now. But for the most part, like I said, it's going to be stream highlights. But without further ado, let's jump into what we've been doing on the account and just kind of discuss where we're going and the goals that we have. So this is going to be a pretty quick one. I'm just going to kind of skim over the stuff that we have done. I just want to talk mainly about the goals and stuff like that we have for the account and kind of what the direction the series is going to take. So to kick things off, the first thing that I have clips of us doing was getting 62 fishing at Tempeross. 62, baby, 62. Let's fucking go. It's just one of the things I wanted to get out of the way. I mostly did it just because I wanted to have a good kind of foundation of food in my bank to not only cook for cooking levels, but also just to have, you know, for quests if I need food for combat, stuff like that. So that was one of the main things I wanted to do, just get Tempeross, you know, just do some Tempeross runs, get to around 62 fishing, level 60 fishing, whatever, and just make sure I have a good foundation of food in my bank. That way I don't have to worry about buying food, buying wines, anything like that. So we have a good amount of lobsters and swordfish now in my bank, so we don't have to worry about food for a while. And I have plenty of food for the cats that I'm always raising for death runes. So if you see cats following me 24/7 in this game, that is why I'm doing it for death runes. Most Ironmen do, but there you go. Nothing crazy from the reward pool at Tempeross. We didn't really get any like unique items, no fishing barrel, no tackle box, no nothing crazy, no pet. I do want the Tempeross pet eventually. That'll probably be a grind that we do in the future, but not today. Unfortunately, we did not get lucky. Show log, fucking dog shit, brother. We ain't got nothing. I got soaked pages and spirit flakes. That's it. I mean, we're only at what, like 50 KC though. I honestly feel bad when I watch these openings. Was your log insane? 4 KC big harpoon fish, 5 KC D harpoon, 7 page, 9 flakes, 15 tackle box. Wow, bro, I hate you actually, I think. Not even joking, that's crazy. We just got some soaked pages, obviously a ton of fish, which was kind of what I wanted, so I can't really complain. But from Tempeross, we moved on over to getting the Rogue's outfit. Now, this was kind of one of the biggest steps, I think, so far in this account, and I'm kind of glad that we are starting the progress series here, because this is kind of the foundation of the supplies for my account. Obviously, as everyone knows, Ironmen cannot trade players, they cannot buy anything from the Grand Exchange. So I have never, as a filthy main player, have never had to actually gather resources for potions. I've never had to gather secondaries for potions. I've never had to really get anything on my own. So this is kind of my first foray into that. And it's interesting because I'm kind of scared. I'm nervous about getting to a point where I need to, you know, stop what I'm doing because I don't have supplies. So one of the main things I really wanted to do, and one of the main focus points for me, was making sure that I'm following this guide for aspects like this, where it's setting me up for the future to not have to worry about, you know, having enough seeds or having enough secondaries for potions, stuff like that. So first things first, we're getting the Rogue's outfit. Here's some clips of me trying to get the Rogue's outfit. It took me like 15 to 20 attempts. My RNG sucks in this game. Show why they call me Suck Daddy. Okay. Maybe not. Bro, a fucking rogue kit. Don't want any of that shit. Get out of here. What's the drop rates on this shit? It says I have to do it probably 13 times to get everything. But here we are. We did end up getting it eventually. Back to back to back to back to back. See, bro, I'm a firm believer that RNG is world-based. I was on world 441, didn't get a single fucking drop. Switched to this world, 3 in a row.
Collection log slot completed.
Let's go. And then we decided to cook some food at the Rogue's Den fireplace. A lot of people do this just because the bank is so close to it. You can trade on you can just open the bank on the guy standing right next to the fire, so you really don't even have to move. So we cooked all of our fish there. So all the fish in my bank are cooked now, which is perfect. Now we have a nice stockpile of food that we can use when we're questing and stuff like that. And then once we had the Rogue's outfit, it was time to move on to farming. So we have 34 farming already just from doing like seaweed spore runs and stuff like that over on Fossil Island, but we need to get to 62. 62 is the minimum requirement to start medium contracts. Medium contracts are level 65 farming, but you can boost using a garden pie from the Cook's Guild to get to 65. The reason this is so important is because medium contracts are where we get a ton of our seeds from. So medium contracts are going to be something that I'm basically doing whenever I can do them, at all times on this account if I'm logged in. So the reason we want the rogues outfit is because then we can thieve the master farmer in the farming guild and get a ton of seeds, not only for birdhouses, but also secondaries, herb seeds, everything that we're gonna need for these medium contracts. So rogues outfit was no first step. Obviously, we got that done. Now we just need to get to 62 farming. The easiest way to do that, or the fastest way to do that, is going to be Tithe Farm, unfortunately. Now, I had never done Tithe Farm, so here's a clip of me on stream looking up a guide on how to do Tithe Farm. But thankfully, it was pretty easy, pretty straightforward. It is very click-intensive, I will say. It's probably one of the more click-intensive mini-games I've played in this game. You can't like look away at all, especially if you try to be really efficient with it and plant as many plants as you can, because they will die if you look away and miss like a click for 10 seconds. So I also found out when my internet cut out during stream that if you log out at any point, you lose all of the plants that were planted, even if they were fully grown. So that's really cool. The first portion of the Tithe Farm grind was pretty slow. I will say, when I originally started the Tithe Farm grind, I thought that the XP that I was going to be getting was only coming from planting and harvesting the plants. So when I was seeing 6 XP drops, I was like, this is actually going to take forever. But thankfully, you do get a boost of experience when you turn in all of the fruit at the end into the like sack thing. Oh my god, I just got 6 fucking farming experience. Oh my god, that's gross. Oh my god, no way. Ew.
Level up, complete.
Oh, okay, that makes it a little better. I did not know you got another XP drop when you did that. That actually just relieved me so bad. Holy fuck. I thought I was literally gonna get 6 experience the entire time. I did not know that was a thing. Okay, this isn't nearly as bad then. So that's really good. But again, it was pretty slow for the first portion until I got to a point where I could boost and get the second tier of seeds, and it kind of sped up. So thankfully, we ended up knocking out 62 farming, and we could head on over to the farming guild. Let's go, baby, 62. The grind is over. Oh, I'm never doing Tithe Farm ever again. While we were at Tithe Farm, we did get the seed box, and we have enough points for the herb sack as well. So those are 2 huge things to knock out as well, just for our collection log. Not only our collection log, but also just utility, quality of life for the account itself. I can't afford the full outfit, but I think the herb sack's more important. Oh, I have to have 58 herb lore to purchase the herb sack? Fuck you. All right, well, we'll save those points and come back for it. I had no idea the herb sack had a level requirement. That's crazy. All right, we can finally proceed with the guide. Holy shit, dude. And then we move on over to the farming guild. Now, first things first, we got some stuff planted, we got herbs planted, stuff like that, but we also need to make sure that we're pickpocketing the master farmer. So I sat there and pickpocketed the master farmer for a little bit on stream. I also did it a bunch off stream and got as many seeds as I could just to have, not only for medium contracts, but also for birdhouses, stuff like that. But we did get a good amount of seeds. We have everything we need for medium contracts for now, and I'm pre-planting all the most common things for medium contracts in the time being. That way we can hopefully stack them up and do some back to back to back and hopefully get a lot of seeds from that. Next on the agenda really is just going to be a lot of questing and just kind of, you know, farming quest requirements. So, and with a lot of farming contracts and farm runs in between, just to make sure I have a lot of supplies, a lot of birdhouse runs as well. I'm probably not going to put like a lot of farming runs and birdhouse runs in the progress videos unless I'm like getting big levels, and I'll show you guys that. But for the most part, you guys know what that's about. It's just me gathering materials and trying to level up those skills. They're pretty boring, but I'm going to be doing them frequently. So if I do throw them in there, it's probably because I get a level or something like that. That's pretty much it as far as where we're at on the account right now and all the clips that I have. I do briefly want to talk about the goals of this account and kind of where this series is headed. So obviously, if you guys saw the intro, I think the main goal for this account, the end game goal, is getting an Infernal Cape. I know there's a lot of very good RuneScape players on YouTube, but for me, the Infernal Cape has been something that I've always wanted. I don't even have it on my main yet, and it's just something that I've always had my sights set on. So I think that being the goal for this account is perfect. I don't know if we'll ever get there, but I really hope we do, and I'm really excited for the journey to it. As far as like closer goals that we can kind of strive to for the next few months, I think that would just be completing Song of the Elves. So obviously this guide, Boaty's guide, is meant to get you prepared for Song of the Elves, get you through that quest. From that quest on, it's really just all you. So the main thing I want to do is get that quest done. Obviously, like quest cape, stuff like that. Those are all like the obvious main goals that we're going to have for this account. But for the most part, Song of the Elves is the main goal right now. And then we'll change our sights to bigger things after we're done with that. But I think that pretty much sums it up. I appreciate everyone for clicking on this video, like I said in the beginning. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. Maybe like, maybe share with your friends. And I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace out.